Okay, today we're gonna work on making this woven friendship bracelet. We're gonna do it in two colors, just as you see here. Everything that I described today is going to make about a 6.5 inch bracelet. It'll be made of double half hitch knots and square knots. And it's quite simple, and yet still, because of the edging, just really looks quite intricate, I would say. Okay, now this can be done in two colors like I'm gonna do now, or you could also just do all one color. All right, let's get started. We're gonna use 2mm nylon string, just an up close view of the thickness of that. It's two pieces that are, in this case we're using two different colors. So two pieces, one red, one green, that are 48 inches or 122 centimeters. Then we need a piece that is 18 inches or 46 centimeters. And that's the piece that, the 18 inches, the piece that we will work the knots around. And then there's one piece that is 10 inches or about 26 centimeters. And that's the final piece that we use to close it up. And other materials that you're gonna need, I use really strong tape, a lighter, and some sharp scissors, and you'll probably need a measuring tape or ruler to measure your pieces. All right, let's get started. So we'll take the 18-inch piece and we will tape it down at right about 4 or 5 inches. That's where we'll start the knotting. Now we'll take the two longest pieces and we'll just fold over the string in that direction, with this smaller side facing the top, just like you see it there. And this side as well. We'll put this piece under. This piece can go under here, over the center. We'll pull up the green, just like that, and that sort of creates our first of two square knots that we're going to use. Okay, and then we'll continue with one more full square knot, and I'll demonstrate that. So this side will go over, sort of forms a 4. We'll take the green side, and the end will come under the center, up through that loop, pull. Then we'll start on this side, creating sort of a P. And then we'll pull that green string through the bottom and under that middle, and pull it out through that loop, pull it tight, and that forms our second square knot. Okay, now we're going to start with the double half hitch knots, which are the main knot. Okay, and we're going to alternate one side, one knot in red on one side, then the green side, red, green. That's how it's gonna proceed. So to do this knot, we're gonna take this red knot and go over this center and under it and pull it out through this loop, as you can see. And then we'll go back again, but this time we'll go under and then over and through that loop, just like that. And we'll pull it. Then we'll do the green side. So we'll go over the center, put the green under the center and out through the loop, just like that. As you can see, it just automatically creates that loop. Then we'll go under the center, then over the center and through the loop. I'll do it quite a number of times before I speed anything up. But here we go. Now it is time to do the right side. I'm sorry, the red side, which is actually the left side. And so that string will go over the center. It'll come back under and through the loop. Then again, but this time under the center, over the center and through the loop. Okay, naturally just creating that little loop there. Then we switch back to the green side. So it goes over the center, under the center. So when I say over, I mean this side lays across on the top so that this one can go under the center, as you can see, and come out through this loop. Then again on that side, but this time we go under, then over and through the loop. Okay, then again on the right side, first we go over the center, under the center, through the loop, then under the center, then over and through the loop, green side, over the center and under, through the loop and pull, then under, over the center, through the loop. Let's do it a few more times. One thing I've noticed about creating this knot is that things move around a lot while you're doing it. So you might benefit from taping it down often, just to keep things even and tensions even. If you have a better way of securing your work while you're doing it, then use that. For me, I like using the tape, but then I feel like I am needing to use a lot of tape to keep things locked down. Okay, so now we go back to the red side. Bring that string over, under the center, out through the loop, pull it, then under the center, over the center, through the loop. Okay, green side. Over the center, under the center, through the loop, pull it, under the center, over the center, through the loop, okay, over, under, over, under. Okay, now every once in a while, I also think it's best that you stop and push things up. Just squish it together a little bit. Otherwise, when you're done with this bracelet and you go to adjust it, because it is adjustable, and you start pulling on things, it's gonna scrunch up a lot and actually shorten the bracelet. So if you just keep kind of tightening those knots together, it doesn't have much space to move once you're wearing it, and it'll stay the right length, or the length you intended it to be. So now we'll just keep knotting until we get to the end. Almost done now. Okay, so now that we've completed the double half hitch knots, we will do 2 complete square knots to finish it off, just like we did to start it. That's 1. And that's 2 complete square knots at the end. So now we're totally done. This measures just a little bit less than 6 inches. When we complete it, we're gonna add those extra square knots that are used to close it. So that'll make it a little bit 6 inches, or just a little bit longer. Once again, this is complete now. So we started with 2 square knots. We did these double half hitch knots all the way down, continuously scrunching it together so that it's nice and gathered. And then we ended with 2 square knots. Okay, now we'll cut the ends and melt them to finish it off so it doesn't unravel. And then the other end. all done. I do think it's worth noting that this is the front side as we made it, and the back side looks quite different. I suppose if you like this side, you could make it facing out, but this is the side. The front side as you made it will be the side that you remains facing outward. Okay, so now we'll turn this inward, lay these ends together so that we can complete it. And with your final piece that was 10 inches or 26 centimeters, we'll do about 4 or 5 complete square knots around these ends to hold that together and just about complete this. Okay. Now again, we'll cut these little ends off. And melt them. Okay. And the real final step, once we close that, is to even out these ends so we can tie a couple of knots at the end. 1, 2, 1, 2, as evenly as possible. Snip that. Okay, now our bracelet's complete. I hope you like that. These are definitely perfect colors for the upcoming Christmas holiday. I hope you get to try this and wear this before the holiday comes. And thanks for watching.